and officially no longer the record holder for the most watched episode of the other podcast. And there's no way it's even close. And I love that for me. Full disclosure, we're taping this episode. My interview on the other podcast is it's going to lose its long tenured reign as top watched episode. And I welcome that wholeheartedly. Let's drop that sucker all the way down. Let's just. Boop.
This is a Taylor Swift news alert you don't want to miss. Check out everything that happened recently in this video.
And officially no longer the record holder for the most watched episode of the other podcast. And there's no way it's even close. And I love that for me. Full disclosure, we're taping this episode on Tuesday morning. So new this week I shouldn't say new. That felt weird. We're taping this episode on Tuesday morning. So the other podcast, we all know what's about to happen. And I love it so much. It is very entertaining to watch the internet break. It's just crumbling apart. And I love it. I love that a day before it releases, we know at Not Gonna Lie that my interview on the other podcast is it's going to lose its long tenured reign as top watched episode. And I welcome that wholeheartedly. Let's drop that sucker all the way down. Let's just boop, boop. But also, I'm also excited to watch the episode. Very much so. I want to find out all the things because I don't know what they're saying. Anyway, a lot of real ones and people in my real life have been asking me if I knew this was happening. And to that I say, we also got this question from real one Grace Davis. Orange album? ? Jason Kelce, in honor of the new album, you should buy at Kylie Kelce at NGL with Kylie an orange tabby cat. I'm just saying, your girls will love it. Great idea. Let's slide the cat in there. We'll bait and switch Jason. We'll show him like, oh my gosh, whoa, you guys are breaking the internet with your podcast. Boom, cat in the house. He'll never know. Outstanding. No notes. I don't think the cat dream is any closer to coming true. I do have to break that to you. I think we're probably a little ways out from the cat. But like I've said before, we're in this for the long game. There will be a cat in our future. Now that that's been addressed, coming up on today's episode.
By the way, have you heard the new album?
I've heard bits of it.
It's good.
It's fantastic.
I'm hearing it's a banger.
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
No skips.
All right, good to know. No skips. Woo, that's rare. That's rare. All right.
For her, it's not.
Well, that's true. Yeah. That's very, very true.
So Taylor seems to be diving into her Disney princess era with this whole Pinocchio theme, and I think it's going to be way bigger than just the song Wood. Because while not only is there a Pinocchio statue in the background of the New Heights episode, but there is also a Jiminy Cricket. We've already talked about the song Wood and how the lyrics to that, or the concept of that song, could obviously tie into the Pinocchio theme so much. He was made of wood and he didn't feel like a real boy. Pinocchio became real when he was truthful, brave, and selfless. Jiminy Cricket over here sings a very particular song to Pinocchio in this movie. When You Wish Upon a Star. We followed stars all the way to the TS12 era, and Wishlist is a track. She also talked about on the podcast how the way that Travis approached her with the friendship bracelet on the podcast, that was like a wish list for her. But then we also have track 4 up here, which is called Father Figure. Geppetto is Pinocchio's father figure. He's not his real father. He still called him father, but he was a father figure. But not just that, both Disney movies, the original 1940 version and the 2022 remake of Pinocchio, are both considered musicals.
It's going to be towards music or a musical, something I'm coming up with, something I have coming up, a plan I have coming together.
And if you want to get even more technical, Pinocchio has blue eyes, and him turning into a real boy was an absolute miracle. Blue eyes. A miracle. That color looks so good on you, honey. Thanks. It's the same as your eyes. The concepts of this are going to get even more deep, and I cannot wait until the chance that we get to hear the lyrics for the first time. Let me know what you guys think in the comments.
Everybody wants to know about the Pinocchio, so let's talk about it. End of this video may blow your mind. The New Heights podcast episode with Taylor Swift, Travis Kelce was sitting in front of a little Pinocchio doll. Pinocchio is a classic children's story about a wooden puppet carved by a woodcarver named Geppetto. The puppet magically comes to life and dreams of becoming a real boy, and lying makes his nose grow longer. Speculation that there's more than 12 tracks on the life of a showgirl, even though Taylor Swift has said,
This is 12. There's not a 13th. There's not a 4th. There's not other ones coming. This is the record I've been wanting to make for a very long time.
So Mother may give us hints and Easter eggs, but the one thing she is not going to do is lie to her face. Now, fun fact, in December of 2022, there was a new rendition of Pinocchio by Guillermo del Toro. And you know who made it a point to talk about this film in particular? Taylor herself. She said, instant classic. I'm completely blown away by this gorgeous film. That ending might cry forever. You can pause the read with talking about Taylor Swift and that he had one of the most stimulating and gratifying conversations with her. He said they have a lot of common interests and even gave her a few books that he thought would be interesting for her to read. Included The Science of Fairy Tales. We remember Jiminy Cricket in Pinocchio? He serves as Pinocchio's conscience appointed by the Blue Fairy and is tasked with guiding the wooden puppet on his journey to becoming a real boy. And guess what she mentioned on the podcast?
It's like, you know when you see a cricket and it's here and then it's gone and it's 16 feet that way. You're like, did it just jump up?
She uses the number 16. During the football segment, she said, I'm not ready to be an analyst right now, but give me 16 months. Of course, is December 13th, 2026, her birthday. I have this all together with a pretty little bow. The 9th track is called Wood. So before we all start jumping to conclusions that Mother is lying to us, it could literally be about Pinocchio. I would love it if you could comment, like, and share, and make sure you're following along for all the updates.
Truly none of it is ever accidental. We are officially back in Vancouver on the last night of the Eras Tour where we lost the key. I think I know exactly what this means. The last night of the Eras Tour in Vancouver was December 8th, 12/8. If we reverse 12/8, we're left with 8/12. Countdown. The countdown that led to August 12th at 12/12, 8/12, where we got this, another lock. A locked album on 8/12. And we lost the key on 12/8. On the New Heights podcast, Taylor told us that on the last night of the Eras Tour, she wanted to signal to us that we were leaving the Eras era and moving into a new era by going through the orange karma door. Maybe we have to follow her through the door behind the scenes of the stage, which is exactly what she has told us on the podcast this album is about. She wanted to show us the behind the scenes, behind the stage of the life of a showgirl, of her time on the Eras Tour, while capturing the electric essence of the tour itself. Perhaps the key was lost in Vancouver, but specifically lost behind the stage. Hence why the keyhole is the shape of the stage. Maybe Taylor has moved to a new era, but we haven't quite caught up with her. Because perhaps, as she told us in Tortured Post Department, the last song, the manuscript, looking backwards might be the only way to move forward into the new era. That leads me to this, the I Can Do It With a Broken Heart music video, which is a literal behind the scenes look at the Eras Tour. This is the thumbnail for the music video. She's wearing the orange bodysuit. We have A12 and A16. We've already seen what August 12th has brought us. Perhaps this is a hint at A16. And maybe, just maybe, this wasn't just a music video. Maybe this music video was somewhat of a trailer for the Eras Tour documentary. We know she was filming in Vancouver, and maybe this orange lock represents the orange door that Taylor has gone through, and we need to follow her to get the key to unlock this new era. So maybe, just maybe, on August 16th, tomorrow, we'll have a tour documentary announcement. I just want to say this music video came out on August 20th. Many dates to think about, but I fully believe that we are going to get a documentary before we move into the new era. I don't think we've left the Eras era yet. I think that we're about to. We just have to get the key first.
So since Taylor's debut on the New Heights podcast with Travis and Jason, Kylie Kelce, Jason's wife, is the latest to share her reaction to the incredible moment. And it was just the sweetest comment ever. Knowing Taylor was going to break her record as the most viewed podcast on the New Heights, she conceded ahead of time and enjoyed the ride. Talk about a good sport. And speaking of reactions to the podcast, check out what Stephen A. Smith had to say about Taylor and Travis on New Height in the next video.